could this be?
If you believe in the power of kindness and are eager to make a meaningful impact, keep listening. Israel It's Real Price knew that kindness could change the world. The It's Real initiative carries on his legacy, providing compassionate support, uplifting communities, and creating opportunities for all. Help us transform lives with simple acts of kindness. Join us in making a difference. Visit itsrealinitiative.org today. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Together, we have the power to share kindness and make a lasting impact on lives.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. If you're watching me right now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can continue to get the gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You are now rocking with the best. And since you are rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Thank everyone for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you for the day ones to the new folks today. I thank you. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And follow me on wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you may get your podcast, you can find your man, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. We talking about identifying the strengths of the South Florida women's basketball team, the South Florida Bulls women's basketball team against our own South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions. Okay, so this is going to be a two-parter. So the first part of this video is going to be the strengths of South Florida women's basketball team. And then you can see a part two tomorrow talking about breaking down the weaknesses and how South Carolina can exploit those weaknesses to continue the winning streak and continue the trajectory of greatness for the South Carolina women's basketball team on Sunday at 2:00 p.m. So breaking down South Florida. First off, they're 5-5. They're a 5-5 basketball team. They are, I want to say, like 94th in terms of net rating, I should say. And they are a decent basketball team. Offensively, they are currently 200th in offensive rating. There are 362 basketball teams out there. So that just gave you some context of where they actually rank in terms of offensive rating. Now, pace of play. They're not going to get up and down in this basketball game on Sunday. No, they don't do that. They're currently 276 in terms of pace of play across the 362 basketball teams. They average 68.7 possessions per 40 minutes. Okay? I think they're going to try to slow down even more against South Carolina. And I believe they're going to try to do their best to limit our possessions. But their pace of play is their pace of play. This is not no typical top 10 type situation where teams are going to go up and down, and hope that they can outscore South Carolina. South Florida is not going to try to do that. They aren't. And in field goal percentage, they are 195th in field goal percentage, and which ranks about, it's pretty good. 195th. Actually, it's not. It's about midway. And they shoot about 40% from the field. Okay. Now, let's go back a little bit. I mentioned that they are 200th in offensive rating. Well, South Carolina, in terms of defense, is 29th. So that's a big plus for us. Our defensive prowess versus their offensive or lack thereof. Okay, field goal percentage, they're 195th, like I just mentioned. In terms of defense for us, we are 40th in the country right now, allowing 36.4% of in defensive field goal percentage allowed. This is while playing the number one ranked strength of schedule in the country. 2-point percentage offensively for this South Florida basketball team is 255th. Okay, 255th. There is 362 teams. So They're not proficient in regular field goal percentage, nor are they proficient in the regular 2-point shots. They're averaging 42% 2-point percentage on offense, where South Carolina is one of the best, at 12th in the country in limiting defensive field goal percentage on the 2-point line. Okay, so 37% for South Carolina, 12th in the country by in 2-point percentage allowed. That is a huge discrepancy in our favor for the South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions. Now, 3-point percentage for South Florida. Now, we've had through 10 basketball games, we have not been great. We have not been great at defending the 3-point line. Matter of fact, we are poor. We had 257. 200, no, well, about 257, 280. We bad. We're bad in guarding the 3-point line. Well, South Florida is 85th in shooting the 3-point basket. But what's, I guess, in our favor, they don't shoot the ball a lot. They, in terms of 3-point percentage attempt rate, they 257. So even though they shoot about 34% from the 3-point line, they are not going to shoot a whole bunch of 3-pointers in this basketball game. Okay, they average about 30%. 30%. I know I'm throwing a lot of percentages out there, but I might talk fast, but help me. Think a little faster too. So they shoot 30% of their shots from the 3-point line. You got teams in Division I who shoot about 54% of their shots from the 3-point line. It's not South Florida. So you got a team in South Florida that doesn't have a quick pace. You got a team in South Florida who doesn't shoot a whole bunch of threes. So South Carolina, even though that is a weakness in terms of defending the 3 so far, during 10 basketball games, I think we will do a good job defending the 3 against them. In terms of assists per basketball game, South Florida is 117th in the country, averaging 13.9 assists per game. They have an assist to turnover ratio that's not very good. That is 124th at 0.86. Okay, South Carolina. Because here's the thing, right? Rebounding. I always talk about rebounding is like you win the rebounding edge. There's a good chance that you're going to win in a basketball game. And South Carolina is a really good rebounding team. Offensive rebounding percentage for South Florida is 137th in the country at 32.6. So their offensive rebound percentage versus our defensive rebounding percentage, we are 61st in the country in defensive rebounding percentage at 73%. That is a strength of Chloe Kitts, who's leading the South Carolina women's basketball team, a three-time national champions in defensive rebounds and overall rebounds. In terms of changing the trajectory of the game is rebounding. That's it. So I'm looking for another solid to great game rebounding basketball by Chloe Kitts, about Joyce Edwards, by Ashlyn Watkins. I'm looking for that. I really am looking for that. Fewest turnovers per game. They average 16 turnovers per basketball game. Okay, that ranks about 137th in the country. Well, South Carolina, in terms of fewest, or I shouldn't say fewest, steals per game, is 35th. Steals per game percentage, 15% of the possessions that an opponent has, we steal the basketball. Okay, 15%. So there's a good chance. There's a good chance that we're going to do well tomorrow in terms of on Sunday in terms of steals in this basketball game. So there, I'm looking at MiLaysia Fulwiley. I'm looking at Raven Johnson. I'm looking at in the post. I'm looking at Ashlyn Watkins, and particularly Joyce Edwards, who has a propensity of getting the deflections and the steals in the post. Very talented basketball player. Very talented. There are some key players that who can do some work for this basketball team in South Florida, and one of them is a familiar name. Her name is Mama Dembele. Y'all remember Mama Dembele in SEC play? Well, she transferred to South Florida. Now she's not getting the love. She's not getting the love that she got at a previous destination in SEC. She, things are a little different now. She's still a 5'6" guard. She's averaging about 30 minutes a game, averaging 6 points per game, averaging, 5 assists, because she did great in assist turnover ratio last season. But what she did also great last season was steals. So in this version of Mama, you're talking about 6 points and you're 37% for the field. Not very good. Not very good. But we go to the 3-point line. She's averaging 20% from the 3. So 37% for the field, 20% from 3, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 3 turnovers. So that assist to turnover ratio ain't too great. Okay. Now, overall rating 82.7, offensive rating not good at all. Defensive rating 87.7. So enter multiple players who will be guarding Mama and making her life difficult for their basketball team. And you're talking about Raven Johnson, who probably had the first assignment on her. You're going to see some MiLaysia Fulwiley. You're going to see some Tessa Johnson. You're going to see multiple players getting their chance. How about a situation where you got, which is, even though she's bigger, we talk about Maddy McDaniel guarding some Mama too. I just can't wait to see it. But I think their best player on this team is Victoria Blasig. I'm probably saying it wrong. Victoria Blasig. She's a 5'9" guard. Okay, she is a average about 27 minutes per game, 11 points shooting. See, this is one of the shooters. They got two shooters on this basketball team that we got to look out for. This was the first one. She's shooting about 46% from the field. She's shooting also 46% from the 3-point line. Okay, so remember I mentioned before that we were talking about guarding the 3-point line. Well, this young lady shoots 46% from 3. We have to guard her at the 3-point line. Okay, that is a big deal, or a key to victory in stopping and slowing down the South Florida offense. She averaged about 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Solid player, very solid player, but she is the shooter for the South Florida Bulls. Okay, and another player who is a really good shooter as well. She's in her 6th year. And we're talking about Sammy Pusis. Sammy played for, I want to say Florida for 3 years. No, it wasn't Florida. I can't recall who but she's in her 6th year. She's in her 6th year, 6'1" guard, similar size to Bree Hall. Average about 26 minutes. She is their leading scorer. So, Breezy, let's go. Do what you do best. 14 points. She's averaging 40% from the field. She's averaging 40% from 3. She is a weapon for this basketball team. She averaged about 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 turnovers. What South Florida do offensively well, we do much better. Much better. So their offensive tendencies and the way they actually match up against the South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions, is a huge check mark for the South Carolina women's basketball team in slowing down, stopping their offense. They are about to play the best defense they've played all season. And it will be the best defense that they played all year. South Carolina defensively is going to put the clamps on South Florida offensively. Tomorrow's show, we will break down the weaknesses for this South Florida team and how South Carolina will light them up on offense tomorrow. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you the gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now rocking with the best. And since you are rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go. Let's go.
J-Rock did this